So are you coming in or not?
Yeah. I'm just on my way. I'm just outside.
Hey!
You made it.
Yeah.
But I thought you were going to be stuck at Ellen's Kingdoms of Amalur live action role-playing weekend. How did you get away?
I called in a favour.
Hey, where are you? Where are you? There he is.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
So Andy, what
Yes.
have you been doing?
Whoa, so many things. Couldn't list all of them.
Pick one.
Pick one that's video game related.
And expound on it.
And expound on it. How about Friday the 13th, the game, and playing a lot of that?
That sounds scary.
I can tell you about that. It is quite scary, not if you're Jason. I should probably explain what the game is about if people haven't seen it before. So it's an asymmetrical horror game.
What on earth is that?
Well,
what the hell
I'll
are
tell
you
you
on
what
about?
it is. So it's for 8 players, I believe. One of whom is Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th films of the hockey mask and stabbing.
I always confuse him with Halloween.
Oh, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, yeah.
No, they're different. One of them's in a William Shatner mask, and the other is got a hockey mask.
Yeah.
So they're slightly different.
Who is it? Who's the one who, like, at the end of the film, they're on the lawn and they're like, I'm dead, and then they're like,
Yeah, Jason does that.
Jason does
He
that.
sits up.
Okay, cool.
So he's like an undead serial killer. But one player plays as Jason.
Yeah.
The others play as camp counselors, like sexy teens from the horror movie.
Sure.
And their goal is to escape. So the way gameplay works, if you're a counselor, it sounds bad, right? But it's actually quite good when you're playing it. You go through drawers a lot. You just go through drawers.
Sure.
Open drawers and you see if there's things in them.
The Bioshock experience.
Yeah. And if there is something in it, you I'll have that. If there's nothing in there, you go, I'll move to the next drawer.
Is it stuff that you can trade with
with Jason?
with Jason
for
in
clemency.
in the eventuality he catches you.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I have rare goods.
I found
Jason,
shiny buttons.
I've got mask polish. You like mask polish? You may go free.
So that's if you're. So what do you do with the stuff you find?
I'll say, so there are 3 different ways to escape. Oh no, it's 4. You can drive off in a car.
Okay.
You can escape in a boat. You can call the police, or you can actually kill Jason. But the items that you get, they kind of help you do those different things.
So what's it like being Jason?
Your mum talks to you in your head, and it is a bit scary.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. She's like a head in a cabin.
Make them remember, Jason. Make them suffer.
She's a real sort of like pushy stage mum, only instead of stage, it's murder. So
Oh, I
she's
see.
She's like, go on, Jason, go and kill everyone. And you're like,
Got it, Mum.
I've got other interests. Being Jason, you have all these different supernatural powers that you can use to get around. So you can teleport to anywhere on the map. You can...
That is how he does it in the films.
yeah, he's always just popping up behind people.
Yeah, just popping up so he can magically teleport. Now we know.
There's a power called Shift as well, which... have you seen The Evil Dead?
Yeah,
You know, when the camera moves through the woods.
Yeah.
You can do that basically. You become a first-person camera and you just can move really fast.
And you weave.
Yeah, so you weave around and you find people and then you can get them like
Blur.
that. You've also got Sense, which is, it shows you where the counsellors are on the map around you. If they're in a house, the house will be like lit up bright red. You can see them as little red silhouettes running through the woods. And also he's got a power called Stalk, which when Jason's near you, when you're a counsellor, there's like all this panicky string music playing. Like he's got a little mini orchestra coming out of it.
Not great for his stealth.
Not great for his stealth, but if you've got Stalk,
Yeah.
you can activate that and it gets rid of the music, so they don't know you're coming. So you can just like...
That sounds really intense.
It is really intense. When you're playing as Jason, there's quite a lot of pressure. You feel like a lot of pressure, because you are so overpowered as Jason. And
you don't want to muck up.
Yeah, exactly. And the counsellors, they can get like weapons and stuff, and they can stun you. So, or they can use like firecrackers that throws off your Jason senses, or they can, if they've got a penknife, that's like an auto escape from a grab. If Jason grabs you, you jam a penknife in his neck, and he's like,
gosh,
pause for a while his mum has a go at him.
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
You can't die, Jason. You're like, I know. Mom, I'm doing my best.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
The worst is when
your older brother never got a penknife in his neck.
Or drowned in a lake 20 years ago, sending me on a murder spree. Yeah, and the counselors can hit you with weapons, and it's quite embarrassing when you're like this unstoppable supernatural serial killer.
The killing machine, yeah.
And a small teen hits you with a baseball bat and you fall over. I mean, like a felled tree over, and then you're just lying there hammering A to sit up.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God.
How embarrassing.
Yeah. And
you get up and they're all just laughing at you.
They're off into the woods.
Yeah. What's the best way to escape, in your opinion?
The cops, I think, is the best way to do it.
Copy, I'm in rural therapy. 10-4-97.
Generally, the ones where I've escaped the most, I've called the cops and then just hid in like under a bed or in a cupboard or something, and you just wait until the cops arrive and then go for a mad sprint. And Jason can sort of block off the exit, but if you've got a penknife, he'll generally try and grab you. You can stab him and then escape while these.
Okay.
There's like customization options for the counselors. You can roll different perks, and they give you things like chances to escape from grabs or not be sensed by his sensibility, or start with a weapon. And for Jason, you can spend the customization points on really gruesome kills. So you start off with just strangle. You just strangle. Then you're like, vanilla.
That's his bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you move up to, you go, oh, maybe I'll treat myself, get a little, like a spine break or a jaw rip or something, just...
It's the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, so you can have like up to 4 different signature Jason kills as well.
Cool.
They're all pretty, I probably won't show one of them here because they're all really horrible. Also, there are all the different Jasons from the different Friday the 13th movies. So you've got the one from the second Friday the 13th movie where he's just got a bag on his head and like a little eye where he can see. And then,
is his vision impaired when he's got that on?
No, well, you're in third person, so... So it's, I mean, maybe, I don't know. He doesn't say, because he doesn't say anything. But then you got like the other ones from the different movies. Like the one where he's got like the chain around his neck and he's all wet because he's been in a lake. Also, there's an alternate colour for the Part 3 one, which is based on the NES game from the late 80s, where he's like purple and he's got a blue hockey mask.
Oh,
and
right.
like each Jason has a sort of different theme when he gets near you, and that one has got this like retro chiptune style horror theme. So you're like in a cabin hiding from Jason and you hear this like chiptune music come in. You're like, no, it's ironic.
Yeah.
Chiptune Jason.
Why am I being scared by the ironic music?
It's like coming in the door and you're like, so ironic. Yeah.
The counsellor experience sounds a little bit like a very, very condensed Resident Evil game.
Yeah, it's
Is that how it feels?
and Jason is like the nemesis.
Or the Jack Baker.
And there's a lot of, like sneaking around, because Jason can see you even when he's not using sense. If you're making too much noise, he'll get these little concentric circles that show him where people are.
Yeah.
So when you're sneaking, also each counsellor has different stats as well. They've got a higher stealth stat, and there's a fear stat. Like so the stat for the counsellors is composure, and the more time you spend outside in the dark, the more your composure will drop. Like the closer you are to Jason, your composure will drop.
Sure, it's like a sanity meter thing.
Yeah, exactly, and it sort of starts to sort of narrow your field of vision. You start to sort of stumble more when you're trying to run. So it's about trying to go inside and like be with other counsellors and have the lights on so that your composure comes back up as well.
But then you're all together. You're an easier...
Yeah, but he can only kill one of you at once. So
maybe that's where you should spend his points.
Yeah. But Jason also
like running in with like a clothesline and taking everyone out at once.
Covered in knives, just as a crossbody, he takes all 3 out. But Jason can't climb through windows as well, and also you can barricade doors. So if you get into a building, barricade the doors, Jason it takes him quite a long time to smash a door down.
Okay.
So he'll be there chopping away at the door, you can open a window, slip out and try and run off. Or you can just spend a lot of time jumping out a window, going in a door, jumping out a window, and Jason's like, oh my God, this is... But towards the end, Jason also unlocks a power called Rage, which means you can just walk through doors. You just like smash them and like walk through interior walls in cabins. So you're just like clang, clang, clang through the...
With the trolley.
Yeah. So yeah, by the end, he is pretty unstoppable. even if you get the car and you get the car started, Jason is alerted to that. He'll hear the car starting up.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, right, that's the main road. I'm going to go and stand in front of that car.
Sure. With
But-
rage on, so that
with
when you
rage-
try and drive through him.
Well, if you try and drive through him, he'll just like slam his fists on the bonnet and you'll have to restart the car while he pulls your passenger out of the passenger window. It's really good for like short games because it takes about 10-15 minutes.
Oh, that's shorter than I was thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean, the time limit in total is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the other way to survive is you can just not
Just
get
wait
killed
out the time.
for 20 minutes. Yeah. But most games I've found last between sort of 12-15 minutes, so it's really good for like just pick up and play thing. I have been having trouble. It's not super stable.
Right.
So I've been getting kicked from games a lot. The game crashes quite a lot, and it is priced like a full price game. So
Oh, right, like 50 quid.
yeah. Well, it's £30. I don't know what
yeah,
it is in dollars,
okay.
but it's. I mean, it's
That's
quite
not like
a lot.
Indie 15, is it?
No, it feels kind of like a fun indie game more than a kind of AAA full
Right.
price thing. So I mean,
Okay.
with that caveat that A, it's quite unstable and crashes a lot, and B, it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. I mean, it might not be for everyone. It is pretty gruesome, but as like a horror game. It's the most sort of involved I've been in a horror game since Resident Evil 7. I think.
Should we do a massive tonal gear shift now?
Sure.
Let's
To
do that.
what?
Well,
Oh.
what is out this week is the game Splatoon 2.
Splatoon 2.
It is.
I had something for this. Luke,
Yes.
Splatoon 2 is out now, bringing the first game's squiddy shooting to the Nintendo Switch.
Cool.
You might think you know all there is to know about Splatoon 2, to which I say, oh, you vain fool. True knowledge can only be granted through adversity, Luke, so I will help you attain a higher level of understanding of Splatoon 2
Okay.
by subjecting you to this quiz about it.
For my own betterment.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. Luke,
Yeah.
Splatoon's heroes, known as Inklings, can switch between human form and squid form. But
Nice.
Luke, if you had this awesome power,
Yeah.
what would you use it for and why?
So it's if I could turn into a squid
You could, at will, switch between squid form and human
and human
form.
form, sneak into very exclusive seafood restaurants is my first thought. So, well, you know
Squids.
they've always got like a water box. What's it called? A tank. You know they've always got a tank full of the water
Yep.
animals, lobsters and what
And
have you.
whatnot.
What I would do is, mosey up to the front desk. I'd say, have you got any space? And they say, this is a very expensive restaurant. Have you a reservation? And I'd say, no, I don't. How foolish of me. Never mind. And then when their back is turned, I'd into a squid and up into the tank.
Okay.
And then I'd wait in there. I'd wait until the table was cleared, and then I'd whoop, boosh, back into my kid form or adult man form, and then I'd get to enjoy all of the Michelin star food.
If you've got the
Without-
opportunity to sneak into the tank as a squid, can you just sneak onto the table as a human?
No, because no one's looking at the tank. No one expects.
What if it's one of those tanks where it's the food and someone picks you?
It is the food. It is the food tank. What if someone comes over?
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take. Well, I'm there, in there as a squid,
Yeah.
calmly squishing my way around.
Someone yanks you out and goes, right, time for the calamari.
If that
course."
happens, worst case scenario, in their hands, I just turn back into a human and go, there's been a mistake.
Presumably a nude human at this point.
I didn't know that I'd lose all my clothes when I turned into
Well,
the
I
squid.
mean, I naturally assumed.
I'm trying to think if there's another better use for it, but I don't think there is.
No, I think that's the best.
Sneaking into exclusive seafood
The
restaurants.
very best one.
Although, having lived as a squid, I don't know if I'd enjoy seafood as much. If they're like, here's a plate of excellent calamari, I'd be like,
My squiddy brothers.
it is my brethren.
I am now known as Kinslayer.
That's what I'd do. I'd turn into a squid, live as a squid for years and years and years in a family of squids, and then on Christmas morning for the squids turn into a human just to see their faces.
I mean, Squid faces aren't that expressive. I don't know.
I'm not saying it would be a good use of time. I also don't think squids have families.
Yeah.
Or Christmas.
Good answer. I'm awarding you 3 squids out of 8 for that.
Wait, that sounds quite
No,
bad.
that's good. Squids are, it's like Michelin stars.
Is it like golf where you're
hard
supposed
to
to have
come
less? Okay.
Yeah. Luke,
Yes.
Splatoon's weapons fire ink of various colours. What is the best gun from a video game that doesn't fire bullets?
I mean, not to tease, but we've recently been looking into this for a possible.
So you should have plenty of answers then.
I do have plenty.
You're
I
not
do have
answering.
plenty of answers. It's got to be the portal gun. I think it doesn't
Does
fire.
it have to be the portal gun?
It does have to be the portal gun. You could do so much. You could change the world. You could quickly go to the moon and die on the moon. The portal gun wouldn't be very useful for me unless I also had those like leg braces that Shell has in Portal.
I think it would still be useful. I think the
full distance.
The problem is that, I mean, you have line of sight to the moon, so that is a good example. But
Yeah.
if you go, oh, I'll just quickly pop to South America, you'd have to initially go to South America, place the portal, then come back, and then you'd be able to go back and forth. But you have to do that initial trip.
Here's an idea.
Okay.
Get on the plane at any time on the flight, go into one of the bathrooms or something maybe, or like, in one of the overhead bins, shoot a portal up in there, close it, sly, and then between London and South America, I can portal onto the plane whenever it's close to where you want
so
to
you
be.
can just go home.
Yeah.
So you leave a portal in your house.
Yeah.
And then you just clamber up into the...
Yeah. The other problem would be that in my house, I would constantly get other people's luggage just actually, that would be good.
Yeah.
Constant source of luggage.
Free luggage. Or you could fire a portal up into first class and then bypass the curtain that doesn't allow you into first class.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing stopping us, is that damn curtain.
I like that I'm mostly using video game powers so far to like bypass concierges.
So the portal gun.
Portal gun.
Not the cerebral bore from Turok 2 Seeds of Evil.
Oh yeah, that is actually...
That's good. Just saying, if you want to get someone's brain out of their head,
that's
the way
to do it.
Yeah.
I think we can probably show that because it will now be so retro that
it'll look
it can't possibly scar anyone now.
Yeah, except whoever it's happening to. But you're going with the portal gun.
I'll
okay.
stick with the portal gun, yeah.
It's a good answer. You get 6 splats out of 7.
Oh, that's only 1 off a perfect 7 splats.
Yeah. Take down those A-level certificates and replace it. Luke, the characters in Splatoon have different names in the Japanese version that emphasize fish puns. Annie is called Anemo, short for anemone. Mo is called Kumano, short for kumanomi, the Japanese word for clownfish.
We have an enemies, why don't we have
I know, that's good, isn't it? And Cat and Cuttlefish is called Commander Atarime, named for a dried salted squid snack.
This is great!
If you had to choose an alternate name for yourself that included a fish pun, what would it be?
My favourite fish pun is just for the halibut.
That is good.
I think that's really good. I don't know how I would incorporate. It's not much of a name, is it though?
Luke sounds a bit like Fluke. That's a fish.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I want that. No,
Okay.
I like it.
Okay,
I like it.
That gets a full 10 kids
Cool.
out of 10 squids.
Squids, just for the halibut.
Luke, Splatoon 2 has a very polite message for rage quitters, which I'm going to show you now. Your previous online play session didn't end naturally, which is pretty suspicious. If this keeps happening, we're going to have to block you from playing online for a while. Make sure your internet isn't busted and try again.
Wow, that's good.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Luke, what would your polite message be for people who switch off an outside extra video too early?
Oh gosh. I gotta say, just I don't know what's going on in your life, especially.
Yeah.
You do you. If you're not in the mood for it right now, that's fine.
Good.
It's not good. All things being equal, we strive to create, accessible, entertaining videos that anyone can enjoy at any time.
It's right there in the mission statement.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I don't think we have a mission statement. It's fine.
So just live your life.
That gets 3 nins out of Tendo.
Amazing.
Splatoon is well known for its Kid Squid song, which I'm going to play you an excerpt of now.
It's got that surf rock thing, hasn't it?
Okay.
Man, imagine creating anything that good in your whole life.
Well, Luke, you're about to, because
No.
Using this 35-second instrumental version, come up with a version of this song for Splatoon 2 that adequately explains the game.
Okay.
You may have a few minutes to prepare.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, I'm going to move into the middle of the sofa. Oh, and it feels weird. I'll tell you what, it's really cushioned just here. Springs have gone. Springs are gone. Unused springs right here.
Okay, I'm ready to hear your masterpiece.
Okay, all right. Clear your mind of the last one.
Forget everything I know about music.
That will help, actually.
Okay, good.
Okay, here we
Stand.
go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Splatoon 2. Would you like to play the sequel to the first game? You can be a squid if you want to. You can be a squid, always be a squid. Guitar solo, saxophone solo, and then if Friday 13th is getting you down and Jason strangling you all over town, try Splatoon 2. You won't get strangled.
Yay! Well, that was excellent.
That was good, right?
Yeah.
It had a guitar solo and a saxophone solo.
That was great. Well done.
I didn't sing them though.
So now that you've...
But they would have gone like...
Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Splatoon 2?
I feel like I've gone through something inky, but emerged a clean squid.
All I wanted
Do you know what I
from
mean?
this experience was for you to be a clean squid.
Well, thank you, Andy, very much for teaching me and us something about
All of
ourselves. And now let's find out what you guys have been saying in the comments. This week we took a look at the times that swimming in games was just the worst. Whether it's being hassled by beasts of the deep or having your lungs pop with oxygen deprivation, games managed to turn the elegant act of moving through water into a sodden, salty grief swamp of liquid stress, and there's not a 100-metre badge in sight.
The Blazing Flareon knows that some folk have it even worse, Luke. Every trip to the pool is the worst swimming experience to a sim. They never know when the ladders to the pool will mysteriously disappear.
Those sims always give up too easy. Just stand in the shallow end.
What, live in the shallow end forever? What would you do for food?
Train a seagull.
Can't argue with that. Meanwhile, elsewhere in that same video, you inadvertently tapped into a primal fear embedded in many gamers' brains. Way to freak out JKM395, Luke. When that freaking Sonic War to Death music kicked in, my heart jumped into my throat. And what about poor Steven with a V? I think the Sonic drowning music is the formative traumatic experience of my childhood. Definitely worse than Jaws as far as not trusting water goes.
Okay, we hear you. We'll play something soothing to calm everyone down. Oh god! Turn it off! There's elsewhere! On last week's show, Ellen's courage was put to the ultimate test in my Minecraft-themed Choose Your Own Adventure. Eventually, you come to a large cubey atrium cut into the stone, a cathedral-sized space of grey blocks cut into the ground. Several floors of balconies encircle the space, the edges of which are filled with rows upon rows of blocky pigs, just like Piglington, who watch in awed anticipation. Can you feel the hush in the room?
Some theorise that you may have made things too intense, Luke, including warp drive. Why was that adventure story so gripping? I was gnawing on my fingernails in terror. Yeah, how did you make a choose your own adventure story about Minecraft so creepy?
What? My adventures are charming. Spyro the Dragon, Patient Zero, Kirby, King of the Cannibals. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Finally, last week also saw Ellen explain the appeal of Minecraft to Andy, who'd had his memory wiped of all events after 2009.
So you know Lego,
Yes.
and you know how much fun it is.
Before 2009.
Yeah, how much fun it is to like build things out of bricks and create fantastic new construction.
Yeah, can I walk out of my front door, dig a hole directly to the centre of the earth, and then jump down it?
Yes.
Sold. There you go.
Wow.
Nice.
Commenter the Rupert Litterbin thought we didn't show you enough aftercare, Andy. Did they just send Andy off into the wilderness thinking it's 2009? He'll probably end up at the inside Xbox office waiting for Mass Effect 2. Poor Andy.
Yeah, surprisingly efficient security they have over there. On the plus side, I'm going to watch Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Can't wait to find out what happens to my favourite character, Dumbledore.
Let's you and I have a talk, Andy.
What is it about Dumbledore?
It's about Dumbledore, yeah.
About his cool adventures.
In a way. Andy, what's the best thing about having Outside Xtra on the team now? Is it the great hair? The warm bonhomie?
I think it's mostly the consummate professionalism.
Hey, it is!
Oh, sorry, I was looking off in the wrong direction.
That's alright. Elsewhere on the channel.
Oh man, that's really good.
I wasn't.
Sorry.
I was like, I'm not doing anything.
Something silver. Silverware. What am I supposed to?
Sorry. Ralph Butcher didn't approve of your.
Don't be a werewolf.
See? It worked.
You're very pleased with yourself.
No, it's my TV smile.
Uh-huh.
Always on.
So that brings us to the end of Show of the Weekend.
Sure does.
We learned a lot about Splatoon 2.
We've learned, we've grown, and we've just plain had fun.
Yeah, and Andy learned some stuff about Dumbledore.
Yeah, who could have imagined that he would have done that thing? As spoilers, what happened to him sounds a lot like build by grape.
Well, thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, there's loads more Show of the Weekend to watch. That's the good news. We'll put it all in a playlist for your viewing convenience.
So enjoy that.
Yeah, and subscribe if you stuck through the show this long. Then you are definitely our kind of people.
Yeah,
so
you don't need to hear that message telling you turn it off too early.
No, you do not.
Good job
I can't remember what that was.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Right, Andy, I have some more hard Harry Potter truths to tell you.
What? Nothing better have happened to either of the Weasley twins.